Look, a Dungeons and Dragons ride!
Hello there, back again for the second commentary track in the great long season that we're doing. I'm Lee Binding, I'm the producer of the DVDs, and with me is James Eatock.
Hello.
Faye Keenan.
Hello.
And Dave Newman.
Hi there.
And we're here to talk about this wonderful episode, Beauty and the Bogbeast. What can you tell me, kids?
Well, it's another beautifully animated episode.
Yes.
Very much along the same vein as The Girl Who Dreamed Tomorrow. It's Eric's kind of big scene. There are two episodes where Eric is
The
in The Man, and this is one of them, and Odyssey of the 12th House, and there's the other. And it gives him a real chance to shine, and Donnie Most's kind of comic timing when Eric gets turned into a Bogbeast is just very, very funny.
I will say that unlike the episode The Girl Who Dreamed Tomorrow, we don't have the benefit of a quite cute looking guest star.
In fact, we have lots of quite repulsive looking Bogbeasts instead.
Stay down, here it comes!
So Uni's expression coming up.
What's going on?
Something awful! Now!
I mean, they should tell by the size of the feet who it is.
Yeah. You take such small steps.
Well, with Sheila's track record of having heavy footsteps when she turns invisible, they could have gone, oh, it's Sheila, she's right next to us.
Like Dungeon Master, they're just calling off this.
Soothe the feet.
To soothe the feet.
Ah.
Yeah, well, I wish you'd soothe my nerves.
I bet he's one of them sort of hippies who goes and tries to walk on red hot lava.
He's using the force, you see.
He does look like an aged hippie,
No more
doesn't he?
dragons or nine-eyed monsters?
I mean, the character of Dungeon Master obviously came over from the sort of role-playing game.
Yeah, it was the generic role, wasn't it? I am the Dungeon Master.
Yeah.
And he was the one who controlled the games, as far as I know. Hence, this guy controls them.
So how much control does he actually have?
Oh, spooky.
Oh, yeah.
On the subject of how benevolent or ambivalent he is, another series, Visionaries, had a wizard who looked very similar to a Dungeon Master, except taller, had a beard, and was a lot darker.
So absolutely nothing like him whatsoever then.
Well, he was bald and with long hair.
Oh, right, yeah.
And he wore his dressing gown in the daytime, so that's close.
He comes standard with the wizard.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not taking one step until he comes back and explains that stupid riddle.
You can wait here if you want to, Eric, but we're going to...
Oh, classic Diana Eric moment. She's giving him what for.
Oh, that's right.
River that rains upside down.
That must hurt in cast iron bits.
Yeah.
This is we're going to get what I call is the predictable split with the gang, is that you always get Hank, Sheila and Bobby and Uni, of course, and then you get Diana, Eric and Presto, because you've got three who are close to each other and the other three seem to tag along for the ride, because obviously you've got Hank, Sheila, the romance, and Bobby, Sheila's little brother. Great little scene. It's a bit sudden that they're suddenly in the jungle, but that's one of the best monsters in the series.
Yeah.
And they do such
Yes, go on, hit it again so
That's
the unicorn
right.
can shake.
It's just such great directing that some of these shots coming up are you do get a sense this guy is absolutely huge. It's like that's a foot, and then there's another.
Now is
foot
the
there.
time to run away.
Yeah, that's where you start running. I like Golem, I think his name is.
Bobby's barbarian.
So he's been standing there for...
This is the thing that's never really explained. He's obviously they call him the guardian of something, but great. Watch the foot, boosh, just great animation and
Great toenail detail.
that's cool. I like that. The speed, obviously, he's just picking them up, but to them it's like they're going for a hurricane.
That's great.
Baseball reference, obviously, coming up here. Where he names one baseball player from the '80s that. Me living in the UK and not knowing baseball, I haven't got a clue who's really talking about. But
Fly swatting.
that's right, yeah. Bush. I like
It's a good job that arrow landed underneath their butt, or else they'll be impaled.
There's a cool angle of Sheila coming up when she's trying to draw the giant towards her after Hank's sealed the legs together. If you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah, well done.
Very good. Here we go, it's going to come up in a second when Sheila manages to run from there to about like a mile in a second. And she can project as well because he can hear her. This is probably one of the few times you actually see someone actually. He's a giant stone statue, or metal, I should say, and he actually dies. You know, and you see his lifeless face as there it is. Kind of a bit. Yeah, there's like nobody's home anymore.
This is the strange music for this.
Yeah, it's an odd little musical score. Look at that! Look, just over the face.
They climb up.
No respect.
Walk all over him. I think it would have served them right if the giant carried on talking and they'd be like, ah! Let's jump off of it as soon as possible.
I like the little thing here Eric does of shut up, Presto, basically, and he pushes him over. Donk.
So what was Presto's real name? Because everybody else is sort of named first off.
Preston?
It was never really mentioned. I think Preston was
something that was going about. I'm not sure if that's what they the only person probably able to tell you that is Marco Vanio. So maybe one day in the future we'll find out. But Presto clocking. Wait a minute, beauty that breathes the savage beast. Oh, and Eric suddenly he's Dave was pointing out to me actually his armour actually changes colour there. Yeah. His gauntlets, his gloves.
His gloves and his chainmail.
Yeah, his chainmail disappear. Suddenly. And how sympathetic are they towards Eric?
Let's laugh at our mate.
I often question if it had been like Hank, it had happened to. They'd been like, my word, Hank.
It'd be devastating.
That's right. We must find a cure within so many.
Gee, Hank, you're so handsome.
That's right. Yeah. Poor old Eric, just 'cause he's got a couple of big ears, Look at that. I thought he's actually shaking. I think the other funny thing is he's just got a normal voice as well, coming out his huge, giant head. And Presto's just loving it.
Very few occasions that the voice actors and actresses who played the kids stretched out and played other roles. On this episode, we're going to see Donny Most doing a variety of characters. He's going to do the other Bogbeast that will be coming up in a few short moments. So it's really a showcase episode for Donny Most.
He can actually do more than just Eric. He's very versatile.
Come on, Presto. Change me.
It's like Eric must be desperate if he's asking Presto to help him in it.
Here comes the Hoover and the phone.
Like he's going to be any help.
This is I noticed a few times watching the episodes as we do the commentaries that Presto sometimes has he has the I forgot about this.
That's what Eric dresses at on the weekend.
Weekend clothing.
There's my drag.
And sometimes Presto has the things for his glasses that hook over his ears. I'm sure there's a word for which it escapes me right now.
He really comes into his own in episodes like The Last Illusion, where he falls in love with Varla. It's just a very powerful episode.
With a beautiful ending.
Yes. Oh yeah. There's one that brings tears to my eyes even now. And you sort of episodes like that. Just get to know a bit more about these characters.
Right. Back on before you kill me. There must be a way to. Huh?
I see you did not heed my warning.
Oh, Dungeon Master, am I glad to see you? Change me.
We should talk about the fact that Presto, who we just talking about, was played by Adam Rich, and Hank was played by Willie Armes, and they were both in a program from the late 70s or early 1980s in the US called 80s Enough.
Or was it Charles in Charge?
Well, Willie Armes was also a star of Charles in Charge.
Oh, so we're doing a link.
Which the main star of the show, that was Chachi. Happy Days.
Well, I'm sure he had a real name, but we know him as Judgy.
And he was in Happy Days, of course, with Donny Most, who's Ralph Malph.
So it's almost like 3 degrees of Don Most, I think. Yeah. We got there.
Ugly guys like you.
So yeah, Chachi could have been on Dungeons and Dragons.
No, that's far too hideous.
He could have been Bobby. I might be listening. Sorry, Chachi.
Yes.
Whatever your real name is.
Maybe if Henry Winkler had been the Dungeon Master.
Hey, kids.
Eat sand, unicorn.
You wouldn't have had any epoxy riddles if Fonz was there.
Come into my office. I'm sorry, we're
told it to
going for
you,
the tangent.
straight.
Oh, this is interesting. The rod as water diviner. This is a talent we didn't know it had.
It's a strange
So
thing,
the
this,
bow.
yeah.
Point out where the water is.
I think you're right, Bobby.
I think you're wrong, Bobby.
I don't understand it. down before.
I love as he's sinking into this pit, like possible death. He's like, "This my trusty bow's never found me." But it's like, shut up.
Yeah, your future wife has just gone down a big hole.
Your future wife. And also, they boo. What do they land in? Very tiny puddle.
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
We've got to mention Sheila's boots there.
Yes, Sheila's kinky boots, I believe. They are.
Bit of a fun fact.
That's
Yes,
right. Yes.
yes, I think they are. Yes.
Enough said about that.
I like Diana in a furry bikini outfit as well.
There are no real draws for the female viewers. Except
Oh,
for
I don't
Hank.
know, I can't
Well,
like
Hank could have
Hank.
gone topless a few times. Come on, you know. Sorry,
I think he
don't
does
know.
actually in Cave of the Fairy Dragons.
Well,
I
of
do think
course they're all
we get the
they're all
topless
long,
Hank. Yeah.
So I think we're going off on something again. Let's do it. Yeah, Bogbeast.
Yeah, Bogbeast. Back to the
Yeah.
Bogbeast.
They
Cute but dumb.
Yeah, they never look threatening, even in silhouette. And here, they're not doing a very good job of anything really. I
I
think
think
they.
we've established we've got a very attractive cast.
Yes.
except for Bogbeasts.
I love the way Bobby's solution is to scream really loud. And,
They just run away.
I think for my thing is just that they're too silly. I mean, what is that? Come on. But the payoff is obviously when Eric turns up as leader. That's one of the best parts.
He just pulls him out of the bush completely.
Don't worry, we mean
Yeah,
you no harm.
We are Bogbeast.
Donny Most is playing the Bogbeast, obviously.
I didn't know that.
You scared us.
Not scaring, fishing. You in fishing water.
Yeah,
scared,
sure.
is
Well, I don't believe you because you've got a bale full. Anyway, I don't believe that you're.
Yeah,
going
you've got
to
about
fish.
3 inches of water. What are you
Yeah.
going to fish in there?
I just love the tie into this. You know, they're talking about their leader. He come from the sky and all this business. And what happens in about 3 seconds is that Eric appears from the grassy knoll, so to speak, and
I think that's your answer.
I think they're way cowardly. Oh, sorry, we're still above ground.
What's this thing with blue water?
Yes.
Yeah, the water looks very off in the realm.
Yep, change of colour for the gloves there.
Yeah. They're still not being very sympathetic towards Eric, but then
They can't get their deal going right with the gloves. They can't decide whether they want him to have gloves on because he's obviously got
actually
wet
there he was
hands.
actually coloured as Eric. If you look, if you go back on your DVD for about 3 seconds as he was running out of shot, he was in blue.
And they're sinking down. And
I like Dinah's hair. It's like airbags. Stay afloat.
I've been told that if you go into quicksand, if you're horizontal, you won't sink as quickly. I don't want to test it myself.
You learn something on this DVD.
That's the moment.
What? Yeah. Oh, here we go.
When they're cuddled up together.
Sacred scrolls say him like us, but not like us.
That's a nice business. And the pupils aren't having none of it really until. See, it's all about destiny and stuff. It's like even though this was probably written in the Bogbeast lore mythology, it's true that Eric would appear as their leader.
There's also worth mentioning that there was a
Eric?
baby Bogbeast and a female Bogbeast.
Yeah, I like the female with like hair and a
Female
dress.
Bogbeast.
Yeah, but only one.
Yeah. Oh dearie.
Anyway,
See one. What am I saying?
What am I seeing? Eric, is that you?
Yep. It's me. You leader. Don't touch me, you
And Eric's having none of it here.
Uh,
No, I'm sorry, I'm
This
not
is
your
great. I
leader.
just love the way that they are towards him because they're so silly, and Eric's silly anyway. It just gives him a chance to.
you also had one of the Bogbeasts, his chest plate started changing colour.
Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah,
It's,
yeah. Off to the
pitchfork.
left there.
So what's this episode meant to teach us then?
Not to pick strange flowers?
That's right. Yeah. Basically, I think that's the moral of the episode. No, it's all about. I mean, towards the end, it's all about companionship. That everybody goes back for Eric to save him when he's.
I also think it teaches us something that don't dive into shallow water.
Yes.
As we've seen these kids just fall into it constantly.
And I guess the moral message of don't judge people by their appearances because the villain at the end of the piece is not what he appears to be.
Ah, very good.
So
Never judge a book by its cover there. This is, I always find great with Dungeons and Dragons is that whenever people are enslaved, as you'll see in about 5 seconds, no matter who by, they're always dwarves. It's like the poor little beardy dwarves. I've always got a heart. They're always bearded, of course. And it's like, they've got slaves. Who are the slaves? Who are the slaves, I wonder? Come on, cut. They're there.
yeah,
They're the dwarves.
They're going to be very easy to conquer, aren't they?
Oh, but come on, just because they're.
Give them a boot.
I think Benja must have been on holiday at this point.
That's right.
Because
he
he's just left it to Calamon.
Okay.
Timeshare.
Do we need them? Sheila, you remember what
He's
to
like
do?
a peripatetic villain.
Oh,
Hit her harder.
Push it off the ledge.
I admit, I can't stand Colour Mung's design. It's got a yin-yang sign there around his neck, which is the amulet, which powers him, which is never really explained. It's sort of like just... I don't understand this bit as well. He obviously wears a fake one so that people get confused, but why does he then put the real one round his neck again?
He reveals it. You think you keep it hidden so
That's
that
right.
they wouldn't know what the target was.
That's not the one. This is the one.
Ah, but it's because he's really something else.
It's because he's a
It's
silly
not very,
Bogbeast.
yes, so it's not very clever, is he?
This is weird, yeah. It's
I
like
think I would have put it in
it goes from
shoulder pad that he had.
it goes from very dramatic here to suddenly it's like, okay, Beast, let's go into battle, and you know, obviously they don't really want to be a part of this.
The editing doesn't really do justice to the dramatic scene taken to a comedic scene.
And you start off with about 6 Bogbeasts, and
That's
then
right.
there's
It
about
seems to-
60 by the end of it.
It seems to decrease and increase, and depending on which scene, obviously who was animating it at the time. I can't be bothered to draw 32 Bogbeasts. Can I do 2?
It's a photocopy.
That's right.
Around.
Oh,
Poor Sheila.
Timber.
And what happens to her cloak?
that's true. Yeah, I'm sure it just magically. Oh, maybe she gets it back.
Nick it.
Ah, she gets it.
I think
Well,
just
she's
that water was deeper.
Yeah.
She is a thief after all. She could steal it back.
Is that the one thing that she does thieve?
Nah, she's
I
thief
think-
more.
Oh, she whips the ring, doesn't she,
I'm
instead
sure
of
she's,
the
has,
shadow?
yeah.
she's nicked a set of keys here and there, I'm sure. I'm not
She
talking
was
about
also a
car keys.
shoplifter back on Earth.
That's how she got the job.
You're a thief. I love this bit with Eric. Wait for me.
Instead of pulling on a cloak, though, she would normally stick stuff up her jumper.
How many chicken Kievs though?
And this is the thing about Presto, no matter what he gets out of his hat, at least within reason it's useful. So he thinks he's got a frisbee, it's actually utterly useless. But in the destiny that is Dungeons & Dragons, it has the cause and effect. He louses it, where does it go? In the cogs. Donk.
So wherever you
Knackers
do,
the
if you go
dam.
by a dam, don't ever play with a frisbee.
Yeah,
you
that's
might
what can
just
happen.
gum up the works.
Sabotage. That's where the word comes from, you know. It's the Dutch used to throw their sabots or wooden clogs into the machinery because they objected to it. See, you learn so much.
This is do not turn this commentary off, please.
River that rains upside down, there we go. Defying gravity.
That's right. That's one of the Bogbeasts there.
Hang on, how come he's got Sheila again?
That's right, didn't... Oh,
He's got a thing for Sheila.
Yeah.
Tila? Wrong Tila. He's got a... I just don't like his design, it just looks a bit silly in his... But I suppose because he's a Bogbeast, he didn't find the time to dress properly.
I'll take this, thank you.
He's actually the only Bogbeast with hair. And this is like one of those 80s fake ponytails you used to get in shops. There we go. There we go. I love they're all the dwarves. Grabbing us
We'll
some beast
get ya.
bog pie. And here we go. This is they're going back home.
Yeah.
But surely something's wrong about this situation.
There's always so near, but yet so far.
I just like the idea of looks like to me it's like almost like another theme park ride in Dungeons and Dragons. It's like the log flume. Here we go, and then they're going up. And yeah, here's back in the real. Which episode is it where they go back home and it's like Venger turns up?
Is it the time lost?
I'm sure it's the time loss. Yeah,
Well, he just comes in and lays waste to the
that's
park.
right.
doesn't he?
And they're like,
Yeah.
we've got to go back because Venger's here. So it's like. And this is the sad thing. It's obviously like Eric's like I've got to go back because I've got to change. But he believes that if he goes back to the other world, he can turn back to Eric.
Yeah.
And he thinks that he's out there all alone except for his Bogbeast friends. And it's where the kind of like it's nicely done that obviously you knew they would go back. But it's nice that he's surprised. He's like, you came back.
Yeah, it shows his kind of insecurity. This poor little rich kid, but
That's
his friends have come back for him.
That's right. It's such funny scenes coming up with Eric and Dungeon Master in a few seconds.
There's also an obvious time delay on his yin yang symbol.
Which has gone there.
I'll be back next shot.
There we go. We don't like to spot animation clubs. I love the way it's like, it just looks so strange that his head like going.
He actually looked more handsome as the Bogbeast.
Yeah. No, I like it. He's a good. And this is the bit when he starts. It's just I love the way he starts celebrating like insanely. He starts dancing and he goes yeah. And sees Dungeon Master. And then a dungeon master starts dancing. I think it's just so funny animation. It's just kind of cute.
The sympathy dance.
So he nicely tied up here. What he disliked the most, he disliked the realm the most. So by returning to the realm, so in other words, they never would have got home. So Dungeon Master was again playing with them.
Yes.
He's just one big player.
He is.
Player Mac.
Right, Dungeon Master?
Oh.
They're not.
So you know what's going to happen now, don't you? Eric has been the star of the episode. There's about about 30 seconds to go. Who's the gag? It's going to be about Eric. Oh.
Because you turned so ugly.
Oh,
I love the way they laugh, though. It's just so goofy.
Oh, you thought a good one, Harry. And that was it. Beauty and the Bogbeast, and one of my favourite episodes. It does good. We like it.
Yes.
We like it all around.
Very much.
So join us on the next volume. We're going off now for a nice cup of tea.
Yes.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Bye.